This is the Influencer Entrepreneurs Podcast with Jenny Melrose, where I strategize with business owners on how to grow and scale their businesses to hit their income goals. This is episode 169 of the Influencer Entrepreneurs Podcast with Jenny Melrose. Today, we're going to be diving into what is a content creator. We're going to be talking about what the definition is, how you can actually go about making money from doing this, as well as the different platforms in which you can be a content creator. Now, before we dive into that, I wanted to share some exciting news. As many of you know, this week, the date of this publishing, we have just finished up Influencer Entrepreneurs Academy. And at the conference, I announced that what I've decided to do is I want to take my masterminds that I run and I want to make it even better than ever before. So what we are doing is we've put together an Influencer Entrepreneur Academy mastermind. The way that this is going to work is you are going to be put into a group of 6 women. Within that group, you will be meeting 3 times a month for a group call, plus you get a 30-minute one-on-one with me. Now, this is a 6-month commitment. It is a program for 6 months in which we will be meeting all of these different times in order to work on your business and really push your business forward. This is meant for women that are looking to monetize beyond page views. If you are just looking to grow a blog in order to get ad money, then this is not a program for you. This program is meant for those that are looking to diversify. They are thinking of products and services that could possibly work for their audience, and they're looking to really push their business to the next level. Now, the reason that this mastermind is different than what I've done in the past is because we are also going to be doing an in-person retreat that is all expenses paid as part of this mastermind. So it will culminate at the end of the 6 months. We'll be meeting in person on Lake Norman in Charlotte, North Carolina, where we will be staying in a house to be able to do 3 days of intensive work to make sure that you are hitting the goals that you set for yourself in the beginning for those 6 months. So if you have done a mastermind with me in the past, you know that I would love for you to join in on this one as well. You can fill out an application or reach out to me on Instagram at Jenny_Melrose with any questions that you might have about the mastermind, if it's a good fit for you. I am so excited about this new program. It really takes my previous masterminds and takes it and puts it to a whole new level because it gives you the opportunity to really have that accountability to make sure that you are hitting the 6-month goals that you set for yourself. All right, so let's dive into what is a content creator. And we need to start by defining a content creator. In my mind, a content creator is anyone that is putting out content digitally online for media, whether it is on social media platforms or if it is on a blog or podcast. But it's content that's being put out there that solves a problem. And I really want to make sure that I'm emphasizing that. Now, that problem that could be that they may be solving could be inspiration as far as they're trying to inspire other women or other men to do differently in their lives, whether it's mindset or whatever it might be. But it also is solving a problem, could be a food as far as recipes. They could be helping with parenting or DIY home decor tips, or they could be looking to help with gardening. So content creator is someone that is putting together informational pieces that is going out digitally onto the web, whether it is their website or whether it is on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it might be. So that's how we're going to actually take a look and define a content creator. Now, if you are a business owner and you own a brick and mortar store, if you are looking to find an audience that may not be local, that can give you that local foot traffic, then you may want to start to think about, is a content creator someone that I should be adding to my team, or should I become a content creator in order to start to attract an audience that may not be in my area? This is often a very smart way to go. And it's often when I find a lot of the students that I will have that will come through my masterminds or that will do one-on-one coaching will start off with a brick and mortar that is successful, and now they've hit that ceiling. They're looking to figure out a way in order to use a website or their Instagram account in order to start reaching a new audience that doesn't need to be in their local area. So we've defined what a content creator is. Now, what does that content creator do? So the content creator, like I said, is definitely going to be solving a problem. And again, it doesn't need to be on a blog or a podcast, or even whether it is something that you're doing on a social media platform. You want to take a look at what works best for you. Where is your audience, and where can you reach the most people that may not have known about you in the past? That is the purpose of having content out there as a creator, is so that you can start to attract an audience that may not have known that you were out there in the past. So what I wanted to do is give you an example of how this could look. So let's say you are a nutritionist that has a local brick and mortar practice where people come in to actually work one-on-one with you. Now, your office has filled up. You have had so many different clients that you're thinking you need to hire a second nutritionist to become more of a practice, because you are wildly successful in your area from word of mouth and just knowing your information and having grown a very popular practice. Now, at some point, you may be thinking, okay, I'm exhausted from meeting with clients every single day. And if I don't hire someone else, my income has tapped out unless I increase how much I charge. Once we get into that, though, then you start dealing with, as far if you, as a nutritionist, you may accept health insurance. So that might become an issue if you start to look to increase prices. So instead, you turn to the idea of being a content creator. And now you could think about the practices that you're teaching to your clients in person. How could you create that content for clients that may not live in the area to consume virtually? That is how a content creator figures out a way to create income while they sleep, because they're able to create that course that one time and sell it over and over again. And it doesn't have to be their time for that money where they're meeting one-on-one with clients. Now they're able to do it virtually, where they could be sleeping, but in China or Australia or wherever they may be, people are consuming their content and learning from them. So this is a time when you want to be a content creator, because you need to start attracting that different audience. A great place to do that is as an Instagram content creator. You've heard me talk tons and tons of times on this podcast about the fact how I think that Instagram is one of the platforms that you should absolutely be using. Now, I did not say it is the only. I always emphasize the fact that I still want you to grow your email list. I think it's really important still to have a website where it is your content, you own it. But Instagram provides you with a platform where you're not only able to create pictures and be able to interact with an audience, but you're also able to create that video through Instagram stories or IGTV or even Instagram Live. So because you have so many different avenues in which you can get in front of that audience, it's one of the reasons that I highly recommend Instagram to use Instagram as a content creator so that you can continue to grow that audience. You can create content and get found using those hashtags. We all know that hashtags are very important in Instagram. It gives you an opportunity to get found by people that may not have been following you in the past. So going over to Instagram and being a content creator so that you can attract a new audience to then offer them up a freebie or an opt-in where you're then going to build your email list and be able to provide them with important information that is going to help them solve their problem, where you're going to show them and build that relationship where they learn to like, know, and trust you so that they then want to be paying you for your services. And since you probably have met these people virtually on Instagram, it's not going to be a brick and mortar kind of come in as a client. Now they're going to look to see what products, what services do you offer that I can do in my home in California when you live in New York, wherever it might be. So this is really something that I wanted to give you a specific example of how this could work for you. Now, some of you that are listening may be thinking, okay, I'm a content creator and I'm creating content for myself as a blogger or influencer. Let's say, for example, you are a food blogger and you are creating vegan recipes for your audience. Well, now you may also be thinking about creating that partnership with brands that are nationally recognized and are across the country where you can create content for them. Maybe it is sponsored. Maybe it is in partnership with them that you are creating that content. Now, you know from everything that you've heard from me that I believe that creating that relationship with a brand is smart. It gives you an opportunity to really show that the value that you provide for them as that content creator. Now, if you are someone that has a product or service and you are looking for content creators, that is a partnership that you could always look to create with other influencers. How could their content work for you? Does it align with the product or service that you're offering? So let's give another example of this. Let's say, for example, you also are a food blogger, but you have a subscription box, and you know that your specific subscription box would be great for other food bloggers that maybe whose children have allergies. So the kit that you provide, the subscription box, provides recipes that people at home can create with their kids that are allergy friendly. There are other influencers who write and create recipes around this. That would be a great person to partner with. So now that content creator becomes someone for you as well as for themselves, because now they're going to be able to benefit from that relationship as well as continue to create content about that. It's providing their audience with a resource for an allergy-friendly subscription box that's perfect to make with their kids. And at the same time, it's providing you with content that you can then share. One of the things that I want to make sure that we emphasize with content creators is that when you do create these partnerships with brands, whether they are national or whether they are a small business owner that maybe started a subscription box, is that relationship is about building awareness. It shouldn't be about sales. It should be about building the awareness, letting your audience know, and authentically showing them that you think that the product or service that you are recommending is a perfect fit for them. It solves that problem. Remember, really in the beginning, when we were defining what a content creator is, we defined it as someone that solves a problem and creates content in which that they help solve that problem. So that's always something that you want to be thinking about, whether you are creating the content for yourself in order to build your audience and attract new clientele to you, or if you are looking to partner with a national brand with the audience that you already have in order to expand the brand awareness for that national brand. It's really important that as a content creator, you're providing a service for these brands, but at the same time, you should be providing a service for your audience. That's always a key thing that I think a lot of people will forget and then wonder why their sponsored content or something doesn't do as well as it normally does. It's normally because they've forgotten to solve a problem. And when you forget to solve the problem, it doesn't provide your audience with any value. It should always, as a content creator, the number one thing that you should always be looking to do is to provide your audience with value. And that normally stems from solving a problem for them. So I hope that this helps you a bit more understanding how you can, as a content creator, grow your audience, but at the same time, if you are a business owner, how a content creator may be valuable to you as a partner, so you can continue to expand your business. I appreciate you guys so much for taking the time to listen in. As you heard me talk about in the beginning, if you are looking to create a product or service, or really to step up your game as an influencer, as a business owner, then you're definitely going to want to make sure that you apply to my Influencer Entrepreneurs Academy Mastermind, which will be kicking off this spring, and we will be culminating the mastermind in the fall with a 3-day in-person retreat so that we can make sure that we hit those 6-month goals that you set out for yourself. As you are listening in, I would love it if you would tag me at Jenny_Melrose, take a screenshot of you listening or showing me what you are doing while you're listening, whether that's walking the dog or whether you're working out in the pool. Take a screenshot and post it on Instagram stories and tag me at Jenny_Melrose. I love seeing what you guys are up to. And I also want to be able to make sure that you are getting bite-size, able to take away information from the episodes that I am doing. All right, guys, until next time, I will see you all then.